as a staff, how do you guys divide your recruiting budget and time allocation between scouting high school kids and evaluating the older 21, 22-year-old kids in the transfer portal? Be honest with the parents that are listening. Are we in an era where a high school prospect has become effectively a backup plan to the transfer portal? And if so, what must high schoolers demonstrate to try to jump the line or to flip that situation?
So so for us, we're still recruiting high school players, right? So, but we know every year that there's probably going to be at least a 50-50 split between us taking players in the portal and players out of high school, right? If the split is going to be shifted in one direction, it's probably going to be shifted in the direction of the transfer portal, right? So the reality is the decisions that we have to make is, do we have to go on the road and like recruit the entire month of July and in the spring? We still go out, but it's not with the same sense of urgency and desperation, because we know that for a 4-week period in April, we're probably going to be able to recruit a more prepared player out of the transfer portal, right? There's some programs that are different. There's some programs that have just flat out said, "Yo, we're not recruiting high school kids." There are some
really prominent guys, like at the top of the profession,
right?
are saying that.
There are some programs that have still committed themselves to recruiting the old school way, recruiting high school kids, developing them, and just going through that route. And everybody's different, right? I think right now what you see is, you see the blue blood programs now are recruiting the highest level high school players, and then they're going and getting,
define that,
like,
top 50, top 100,
top 20.
Whoa, okay.
Top 20, right? Top 30. Because once you get past the top 30, now I have to weigh, is this high school kid that's ranked 35 in the country better than a kid that's transferring from a mid-major that has real college experience, right? And the reality also is every class is different, right? There's some, like this high school, this freshman class is probably one of the deepest freshman classes that we've had in a long time, right? But every year you don't have the depth in the high school recruiting where we can have the option to take a player out of high school that way. So there may be some years where, no high school kids get that type of love once the portal hits. So you better have been committed before the portal breaks, right? But it changes every year, and it's actually going to continue to change until we actually have rules that are like solid and have been put in place for an extended period of time. But to be honest, right now, we lean more towards the portal in the spring, but we're still evaluating high school players that we feel can make an impact. We are not really recruiting guys that we don't think can play for us and have value. We don't.